about our own challenges, like it's kind of a deep one. But when we talk about challenges that are changing our kids and affecting our kids, this is like just a completely different story, right? Sometimes we can really muster some great energy. Like when we recognize that we're going through something, we may be frustrated by them, we may be empowered by them, we may feel determined when we recognize, you know what, this is a big challenge, but I can do it. Um, but when it's with our kids, it brings up this protective instinct, like I remember when they first put my son in my arms, my first child. Every one of them I felt this, but when that I really felt that responsibility when they put him in my arms, and I thought, I am responsible for keeping this human alive, and all I wanted to do was make his life wonderful and help him feel loved and help everything, give him every opportunity to be able to have the very, very best start that he possibly could in life. And that was really important to me. But sometimes a challenge comes that we can't control. And sometimes a challenge comes that they even are creating in their lives. And we still have that instinct that we want to protect them and keep them happy and safe. And just as humans, we just have this subtle little underground rule that the goal in life is to decrease challenge and increase comfort and try to get through challenges that come on us with minimal effect, like affecting us minimally. Just try to keep it to a minimum, right? We just try to, our brain just loves to take the easiest path. That's just the desire that it has. But it's geared to survive, not to thrive. And the way to thrive is through growth. And growth comes from struggle and challenges and things that build our mental strength, our emotional strength, and our physical strength. But the thing about challenges, just like kettlebells, is they are the opportunity to become stronger, including the ones that we choose for ourselves and the ones that we don't choose. So when our children are experiencing some turmoil, some challenges, we may have thoughts like, this shouldn't be happening. Something's gone wrong. I need to stop this. They shouldn't have to go through this. And it brings up so much fear and resistance. And often our emotional resources, like when they're needed the very most, we don't have them because they've been depleted by working against what is. Sometimes that is like an illness. It doesn't matter how much we worry or fret about the illness or how we believe it shouldn't be happening, it's still there. And that's where our emotional strength is going, is to fighting something that is not in our control or is happening. Sometimes it's how other people are acting. Sometimes it's school or the government or um, the economy or a mental illness. Sometimes these things just are. And we kind of leak our strength and our power into fighting with those thoughts that shouldn't be happening, but it is. And so there's some things that we're hanging on to and fighting when we could let them go and save our strength for some other things that help serve us better. We want to make life easier by managing challenges and sometimes managing our kids so that they don't have challenges. We're like, you can have this challenge, but not this one. I'm going to make sure this one doesn't ever happen. And so that we don't have to suffer watching them struggle. We don't have to suffer watching them struggle. We may not want to be the parent that sits by and lets things happen and has things go on and have consequences come. But when we decide what action to take, to protect them, to teach them, to love them, we want that action to come from a really strong, empowered emotion, like confidence or compassion or acceptance or love. When we try to take action from a place of fear or resistance or anger or frustration, the action is going to be much, much different. It's going to have a much different energy. And we want to be able to do these things without trying to control or manipulate our children. And one of the things that we can start with is looking at how we see struggle. What are our thoughts about struggle? Have you heard that story about how when a chick comes, like it breaks through the egg, it actually needs the experience of cracking the egg and pushing through it. It needs that strength in order to survive. And if someone opens the shell for them, then they actually don't have the strength to live after that, that they're lacking then. What if we begin to see struggle as not that something's gone wrong or that this shouldn't be happening, but what if we intentionally try to see it as a necessary part of life? And that when we struggle, we're gaining strength for the challenges that are yet to come. Maybe some things that we don't control in any way. So that struggle is part of life, that the life that I imagined, that I am comparing reality with, never existed. I just made that up. This is actually how it was always supposed to be, and there's a very good reason for it. Nothing has gone wrong. What that does is it kind of starts to dispel the fear and starts to bring us into more empowered emotions. We can believe that challenges are integral to growth and increases our capacity to love others, to help others, to serve, to feel happiness, to create connection with others, to feel joy, that these things actually serve a really valuable purpose in our lives. When I look back at some of the challenges that I experienced, some that were not chosen by me, some that were chosen by me when I was a teenager, I realized that the qualities that they created in me as an adult are very, very valuable. When I was being bullied in school, I developed a very, very strong understanding and awareness of people around me that weren't fitting in or felt lonely or afraid. I wouldn't give up that quality in myself so that I could feel comfortable younger. Although I am not promoting bullying, but what I'm saying is there are some challenges that my parents didn't even know about it. And I was kind of handling it on my own. Or the being judged helped me develop a whole lot of compassion and lack of judgment later in years. And I'm so grateful for that quality. Some of the challenges that your children may be experiencing may be so important and valuable to their growth that instead of spending our energy trying to take those obstacles down, our energy may serve them better in supporting them and scaffolding them as they go through these necessary parts of life that, thank goodness, they're still in our care while they're experiencing them, so that we can be there to support and love them and accept them no matter what challenges are coming, whether they created them for themselves or they're things that they don't control. We get to step into that role of loving and teaching and protecting from a place of empowerment rather than fear. So I hope that you get to show up as a parent that you feel really so. If your child is struggling and you're trying to figure out how can I be that support? How can I be the support for, and how can I love them, teach them, protect them without trying to manipulate or control them or the environment in a way that may not serve me or my child? Please call. A coach can help so much to help see how, kind of see the trees. And sometimes we get caught in the woods and we can't tell our thoughts from reality, from the circumstances, from the facts. And it helps so much to have someone in your